of the Ugly Money Podcast, brought to you by the Go Say Hello app. Make sure you download the Go Say Hello app, and you get free access and tickets to Trigger Alert. If you ever want to be on my award-winning show, Trigger Alert, all you got to do is download the Go Say Hello app to get your free access to be on camera on the show. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what I need y'all to do before we get this show started. I need y'all to drop them cities and locations. Drop them cities in the chat right now. Let me know who's in here right now. Remember, hit that like button. Hit that like button. It costs you nothing to hit that like button. Hit that like button. Drop them cities and locations. What up, Lovely Drake? Shouts out ATL in the building. Tennille, Georgia in the building. Drop them cities and locations, gentlemen. We turning up today, man. It's a great show. It's a great time. It's a great day to be alive. It's a great day to be alive. And make sure y'all download that Go Say Hello app, man. New official sponsor of the Ugly Money Podcast, the whole darn thing. We're extremely excited about that. Today's guest, ladies and gentlemen. Charlotte, North Carolina's own. A bad man turned good. A real ninja turned a real businessman. Y'all show your love one time for SKS Black! What's up, my brother?
What's going on?
First and foremost, I appreciate you making some time for us, dog. You know what I'm saying? And we've been rocking for a little bit, you know what I'm saying? We never had a chance and opportunity to sit down and chop it up. So, you know, it's a pleasure for me for sure. So the first question of the evening that I got is, who was SKS Black before SKS Black became the SKS Black that we know today?
Well, I really was a street. I was in the streets a lot. And I actually was probably one of the biggest street dudes in my city. I did my thing, and I ended up in prison doing maybe like 14 years and 8 months.
Woo.
And now I'm home. I've been home now about 6 or 7 years.
So you did 14 years in prison. So okay, let's rewind. How does Black become? Give me everything leading up to that day that the police come get you.
Oh man, I actually I was in the streets, so I was like, you know, really in the streets, and what and in the commits of me selling the drugs, a dude actually set me up, and what happened was when he set me up, I actually went back because you know the codes of the streets, and when somebody snitch, you know what's supposed to happen. So I went out and I killed them. So when that happened,
he said that way too cool. Hold on, let's just slow down. Wait a minute. I don't mean to laugh. Wait a minute. Okay. Hold on. We in the street. So things transpire. Dude he becomes a truth teller.
Yeah.
And so he succumbs to the street rules.
Yeah.
So you go and do what you have to do.
That's right.
But you've already served your time for it, so we can talk about it now.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Continue, my brother.
Yeah. What actually happened was the guy, you know, they do the little slide stuff, like, you know, I ain't supposed to have met him. I didn't supposed to meet him. One of my partners supposed to met him, and he was getting like 9 ounces or whatever it was. And I was being greedy that day, and I never forget it like it was yesterday. And I had one of my friend girls driving. I had the feeling, you know how sometimes you catch that feeling and you know something ain't right.
Yeah.
And so what I do is I leave my gun, but I grab a bag of money, and something kept telling me, leave the money. But I say, nah. I say, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and go. And get this money so I can come down to the ATL.
Right.
So in the commits of me doing that, the dude kept calling me. He say, bro, when you coming? And I was like, just come down here to the trap and I got you. But he kept telling me, nah, just come out. And I kept feeling something right. So me and the girl got in the car, and as we was going to pull out, we seen 2 police officers in a unmarked car. And I was like, man, who is that? Why they sitting right there like that? So as we went on down the road and stuff, and actually they tried to pull us over, but I told her to go behind John C. Smith, and they missed us. So as we jumped back on to the regular Bizz forward, you could see the police going in and out, the unmarked going in and out. So I knew something.
Now were the sirens on, or they were just trying to?
This just had the blinkers on. They ain't had the sirens on.
Okay.
So they were trying to find us because we went behind the John C. Smith school. So I told her, I say, look, pull over so I can get the boom screed so I can jump out. And before that happened, she panicked. And when she was panicking, I was telling her, let's give me this stuff. Don't worry about it. I got it. So I tied it on my screen and put it inside of my pants. And I told her, I say, look, if they do, I say, as soon as you pull up, just go ahead. When you pull up, I'm gonna run to my people's crib. Right. I'm gonna jump out. Don't say nothing. Keep your mouth closed. So, but she already knew it. Yeah. But before I can get out the door, she had me jammed up against a gate where I couldn't get out. And once they hit the corner, they jumped out on us. They, you know what I'm saying, snatched me out of the car, started searching. And so at the commencement of them searching, they couldn't find it. Because every time they searched me, I had it like going down my pants. And so every time he tried to like, you know what I'm saying, touch me, I kept pulling it up. And he was like, nah, I knew it was in there, but I knew I was being set up because the way it happened. I felt it. And so he was like, I know it's in there, I know it's in there. I know it's in there. So when they kept tearing the car up, I was laughing. But the whole time I'm like, dang, boy. Yeah, so they say, search the girl again. They went and searched her. She was on her period at the time. So they was like, get a lady up here so we can search her to see if she got it on her. And you could tell she was sweating, but I'm scared because if she say something, they go to the house, they gonna get her, a lot of dope and some money down at the house. So I'm like, man. So she go ahead and they search her. They still don't find it. But he was like, let me search him again. They come and search me again. They don't find it. He say, I know it's on him. So he went back down my western leg. I tried to like do it again, but he caught it. And that's when he pulled it out. He said, we got him. They took me on down, you know what I'm saying, locked me up. They was like, so how you, they were trying to ask me questions, like stuff like that. I wouldn't tell them nothing. And they started to put the pressure on her then. They was like, if you don't tell us what's going on, where he get the stuff from or whatever, he going, they got her room, one room, me in another room. And I was telling her, I was like, just let her go, leave her alone, just let her go. And they wouldn't, they was on. They was like, we're gonna go ahead and lock her up, you know what I'm saying, and take her from her kids. That's the first thing they say to women every time. Right. So if you don't put them up on game, right. If you in the game and tell them how the officer, how they gonna come at you, they something to that, mess up. But make a long story short, we don't say nothing. They take me over to the jailhouse, take over to the jailhouse. I already had us bonded out. I already had the bondsman already on it because I was already on top of it. So when as soon as we went over there, we got a little bond and whatever. Went to the ministry, and they let her go on pretrial. What it was, I took the rap. I told them it was mine, but they ended up letting her go on whatever it was pretrial, whatever it was she had. But they let her go. So at the commence of the same thing was going on, I kept feeling like I knew what was going on, but I wasn't sure. So I had to be sure that this dude set me up. So I had talked to my kids' mamas that was a sergeant. I was like, look, I said, can you tell me what happened? Like, because she was a sergeant at the time. And she told me exactly what happened. She said, you did get set up. She said, you ain't done yet. She said, you got a federal conspiracy that's going to start. So I was like, damn, I got to kill this nigga. So that was my thoughts. Because, hey, man, I don't know no better. I'm young, Right. I'm young, and that's how I was brought up. And so what happened after that, it was like, I kept trying to get him. I caught him one time at the mall. I told him, I was finna shoot him in the mall, but my partner stopped me. And I was like, I stuck my gun in his side to him, and I was like, come on, we finna leave. So one of my partners stopped me. He was like, you can't do that in front of everybody. But I said, this nigga a rat, man. Him and his partner, I said, all y'all niggas need to go. So at that particular time, what was going on, how I ran into him is because I was taking my cousin and all them out for Christmas shopping. I never forget, it was Christmas Eve. Well, it was a day before Christmas Eve. And so what happened next is he turned around and he was like, I ain't do that. I said, you lying. I said, nigga, you lying. I don't buy here. You the police, dude. We already know what you doing out here. Right. So, and then the other dudes started running me out saying, y'all police too. I'm gonna see y'all too soon. Fact. And so what happened was I go ahead and leave. I was like, my partner like, dog, as soon as I was finna do something to him, if I was gonna shoot him right then and there, the sheriff officer hit the corner. He was like, bro, don't do it in here, man. You're going to go to jail. I say, man, I'm going to let you live this time. So I waited outside for him. He slid out somewhere like a little snake somewhere. He got away from me that time. So I tried to get him again. It was the next time I put him up.
I hate to laugh, bro. It's a crazy story. Be like, I ain't get him that time. I'm going to have to get his ass again.
Yeah, the next time I tried to get him, it was I sicked a girl on him. I was like, look, I need you to get this dude from me. Now this is real life stuff. This is how these niggas be getting caught up and they don't know women be their weaknesses and they don't realize it.
Right.
So I tell her, I say, I need you to holler him. I got his phone number, so you just, you bait him up, say you met him somewhere, blah, blah, blah. But he got to talking to him for a couple of days, he not knowing what's going on. So she was like, shit, why don't you come meet me in the room? So we get the room and the crackhead name and all that. So we get them from a whole nother city and bring them and get the room from there because they can't never trace back to you.
Right.
Because they don't know us, we don't know them.
Right.
So, well, make a long story short, he about to come up the stairs to meet her, thinking he finna get him some booty.
Right.
Not knowing Big Black in there waiting on him.
Come on.
Yeah, so he come up the stairs, then he stopped at the stair, and he was like, he just stood there and kept looking at his phone, and then he went back and got in the car. I say, boy, I'm in the bathroom waiting on him to come in. But she was like, he stopped on the stairs. I was like, what he doing? She was like, he just stopped and looking at his phone. But he jogged back down the stairs, got in the car and pulled off. He got away from me again. I say the next time. So me and my brother.
So this is the third time you trying to get this nigga.
This is how many times. I got to get him because I'm finna be on a federal conspiracy with a bunch of niggas I don't even know.
Come on.
So he turned around and he left. And so the next time I tried to catch him, me and my brother, we was on the back street of where he was slanging at. So I get another crackhead from an old another city, South Carolina, to bring him down. I was like, I need you to, go in there and see this dude in there, in there selling dope, doing the same thing all over again, like he ain't did nothing to nobody. Wow. So that's
whole time he just rapped.
But he been doing this though. So he goes in there. He said, yeah, he in there. I said, all right. So I had a girl take him back to where he was from. And so me and my brother, we about to slide in through the back, on that back street behind them. And so I was gonna go around the front and he was gonna come through the back. Before we can get out, when we got out the car, it was a police just pulled up in front of us, right in front of the car before we got out, and he was doing paperwork. It stopped the whole thing again. So, man, he got lucky again. That's his third strike. I say, boy, I gotta get this dude. I say, this is not good. This my leg. So this is Christmas Eve.
Right.
Christmas Eve done came. I've been trying to get him since November. Like the end of he got me locked up November somewhere, the end of November, but I knew I had to get him. So now I'm at it's Christmas Eve. I just come back from shopping and stuff. I got a girl from college and stuff down. And my baby cousin, we just got through shopping and stuff. And I was getting a whole bunch of stuff for, Christmas, you know how it is. And so when I was taking him, we was eating at Red Lobster and stuff, me and the girl and her. And my brother called me on the phone. And some other people call him my two-way. This is years back. And nobody know about two-way.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah. So he hit me on the phone. He hit me. He was like, they kept, because I paid like $500 for anybody to tell me where he was at. Everybody started hitting my two-way. This nigga done went to the Kmart's on Freedom Drive. So when he went there, everybody started hitting my two-way. So I tell my brother to go and make sure he there before I get there. So I drive all the way from one side of the city to the other, doing 100. But I tell my lady now today, I tell her to meet me there. Okay. You know what I'm saying? That's her. I tell her to meet me at the Kmart to bring my bag. I got.
Hey, sir.
Yeah, I got like my little spree bag where I get you.
Right.
So she bring my bag up there, and I tell her to take my cousin with her and stuff. And I got my mask. I put it halfway, and I was waiting on him. I told my brother hit me on the two-way when he finna come out of the building. So as he coming out of the building, I run into a couple of my partners that I ain't seen in years. Someone went off to I think he was in the Army, and the other dude was a CD man. I'm walking through there. I always had the mad because I told him the next time I see you dead. So when I seen him this time and he was coming out, he let me know he was coming out the door. But before I can get past him, I run to the CD man and my partner. He was like, man, what's up, man? What's up, Slimmy? I was like, what's going on? But at the same time, I'm taking my gun out, moving them out the way. They screaming. They thinking I'm finna shoot them. But the dude just walked out. As soon as he see me, he turns around and he whipped his gun out. So I shot him before he can even do it, hit him right in the mouth. So he tried, first thing he hollered was police. I shot him again. He was trying to run because it was a police at the front of the Kmart where he trying to get to.
Right.
But I shot him down. Shoot, we wasn't getting nowhere. So it was over for him. So his partner that came out the door with him, he took off running. So I catch him on the ground and I put my gun on him and I kept clicking it. It wouldn't even do nothing. So I jog off, I get him on what's now, I jog off, get in the car, pull off and stuff, get up to her crib. And I was like, man, what's wrong with the gun? So I got the clicking and it shot. I said, well, this dude lucky and I don't know what. I said, he lucky and I don't know what. So
wait, hold on, slow down. So you caught him coming out of Kmart.
I caught both of them.
And in the midst of you walking up to Kmart, you see some friends that you haven't seen forever.
Yes.
So they speaking to you, and you about to go commit a homicide.
Yeah, but they know me. They know they ain't gonna say nothing.
Right.
They know me. Like they know how I am.
They know, yeah.
They never said nothing. They never wrote no. They got statements, but they never told them.
Right. So they see you or whatever, and then they think that you put whipping out on them. They get to running.
Yeah,
and
they didn't get to run. They just fell to the holler, fell on the ground. They just fell on the ground.
Oh man, this is some movie shit, man.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so hold on, I'm just making sure that folks at home understand. So okay, they just hit the ground. You end up in turn catching who you was kind of catching.
Once they started screaming, he realized I was dead in.
Right.
We locked eyes. As soon as we locked eyes.
Black is the boogeyman, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
So he seen the boogeyman. He tried to pull out, but before he got to pull out, you had hit him.
Yeah, I hit him right in the mouth. But where actually wasn't, as soon as he saw me, he hollered police, but he was whipping at the same time. But as he was whipping, I hit him in the mouth though. He was trying to run, trying to get.
Now, when he's saying police, do you think that he's calling the police?
Oh, he called the police because the police at the front of the building. That's how they keep them in Charlotte. They keep it's always a the sheriffs, they keep them there, because it's Christmas Eve.
Right.
So they trying to protect everybody there.
Right.
But they wasn't protecting him this day. Because I said, this is last day today. I said, I'm going to make sure it's over for this nigga today. So I jog off. I go to her house. I was like, listen, man, like this gun out, and I shot a gun, and it fired. But now this is the turn in this that same dude that tried to testify. Okay, now, so make the turn. Everybody in the streets was talking about it. They knew I was trying to get him anyway. Everybody knew that he'd been telling, because I told the dudes that he was, giving work to not to deal with him because he the police.
Right.
So a lot of them was like, cool. So his baby mama, this how we all entwined, we all in the city, we so close. We always doing something to somebody we actually know and don't even realize how close we are to him.
Everybody.
Like I didn't, like my kids are his kids, they friends to this day still though. You know what I'm saying? And his mama, his girl that are his kid's mother used to keep my kids. Damn. But I wouldn't never deal with him because that same day when he killed this other dude that was on top of the what's his name, and killed this dude named Marcus. So I've seen him kill Marcus.
Long live Marcus.
Yeah, Marcus gone now, but he killed Marcus and he never went to jail for it. Like he walked off on this one.
Right.
And he told him he killed him. So, I mean, that's when I knew he was the police then, but my man was dealing with him. That's why I went. I didn't realize who he was until it was too late, and I was being greedy. Greed is the most terriblest thing in the world to run into, man.
So you caught a case for getting old buddy at Kmart?
Yes. Freddie gave me first-degree capital murder because he was a pertain witness in a drug trafficking. He was a witness for a whole bunch of other cases and other stuff that he been, informing the state and federal people about.
Oh boy, heavy stuff. Now did the other guy, the lucky guy, the click, we'll call him click.
Yeah.
Click, did he testify against you?
He tried to testify, so I get out on bond. I'm out on $200 already for him setting me up. So now I got another bond. I'm fighting in court. I get a bond.
200,000.
Yeah, that's on the trafficking. Yeah. And on the murder, they gave me 400,000. The day they gave me the $400,000 bond, I bonded out the next day.
Damn. Well, hold on. Talk that talk, Black. That's all I like. Talk that talking. He said they gave 400. I got out the next day.
I did.
Go ahead,
I did. I bonded out, and so they witness end up dead next. So they take me back in and give me capital murder. They take me in and they lock me back up. I went out maybe like a week or so. They locked me back up. You know, a lot of people was, you know what I'm saying, didn't want me out there because I was living by the street laws. And I felt like, you know what I'm saying, by me growing up, I hung around a lot of older cats that live by the same laws. And I'm thinking that what I was doing was right as a young boy.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying, I went through the trials and tribulations of that pain, you're not realizing the lives that I hurt though.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? I actually like, you know, I watched my kids go through things, not being there for them over that 14-year period. They went through a lot of trauma as well. And
everybody does.
Yes. But we don't realize what we do until we sitting in one spot where we got back against the wall. But I stood ground. They actually tried to give me, they didn't care nothing about that man, boy. They were trying to give me a plea to let me go home. Just told me, just tell them what a dope is. They don't care about black people, man, in my city. So I got mad, turned the table over in the courtroom. They had to give me a new lawyer. I got me another lawyer. I started trial with my trafficking, not even in there. They found me guilty to keep me in there. Because after they took me, I kept trying to get back in court to get back out. But that trafficking kept me in prison. It kept me in jail. It gave me what, I think it was 24 to 30, 36, somewhere like that. But they give you a mandatory sentence. You gotta do that. You know, ain't nothing going on with that. So that's how they kept me in there. So at the commence of that time, I just started realizing my wrongdoing, how I hurt my family so much in so many different ways though. But it made me strong, and a lot of people ask me the question, this is the main question they always ask me, and it's so funny to me. They say, would you go back and do it all over again? And guess what I tell them? Yeah, I do it all over again. And the reason why I say that, because now I see why God put me in that situation, because now all my kids are successful because I would have taught them the same game I only knew.
Ooh.
I don't know if that makes sense.
Nah, for sure it make a lot of sense.
So,
because the apple don't fall far from the tree.
Yes. So I was able to get my thoughts together and realize where I was at. And I fought. I'm telling you, I fought to get out of jail. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was facing a death penalty. They were trying to stick a needle in me. Every time I go in the courtroom, Rule 24 is all this. Man, I'm like, man, what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm saying? I'm telling my kids' mama, she cramming down on me. I'm telling her, nah, I'm gonna fight them. That's how I am. It's either do or die. So they end up giving me, came back and gave me 14 years because he had separatories. He had gunshot residue on his hand. I mean, he shot. That's how we was able to get the charge down to manslaughter.
Amen.
So then I'm in front of a judge that I'm thinking like, you know, I go ahead and take this plea right here. Since they brought me back, I say, okay, it's voluntary manslaughter. So I say I need to sit down because I'm gonna get all them niggas that testified. I'm getting that's I'm just being real. Like I dealt at that time. I'm thinking like I gotta get them back. I gotta get these dudes. These dudes been walking around. They went home. They testifying and talking about they wanted justice, and and I'm telling them like I didn't understand it because they saying they looking at 20 to life and they was trying to kill me, but I didn't tell it.
Right.
Because I understand the street laws. I understand what I was doing, and I knew what came behind it. It's either jail or prison. So you already know the two laws of what's coming behind it. Why are you trying to get to the money? So that's the reason why, you know what I'm saying, I felt like I'm gonna go ahead and take this plea. But in the midst of it, I was getting tricked because see my case now at that time went up to 100,000 because it was a capital murder. And so now I can't afford my attorney no more because my money, they done drug my money out because of the business.
That's what they was trying to get you out. They were trying to get the money.
Everything from me. They kept going to the businesses and stuff I had that was legit. Right. And they were smart how they was doing it. But make a long story short, they gave me voluntary manslaughter when I came back. I got it down to like maybe, 14 years. But I ended up doing the whole 14 years I did 14 years and 8 months in prison. They box carded the trafficking cocaine because I kept trying to get back out and not realizing I made a mistake. they gave me time already for the trafficking cocaine. The 3 years I already did while waiting for the trial for the body. So I end up, telling my lawyer he not supposed to have gave me those credited days of them 3 years. They snatched me back, bring me back in court because I opened my mouth trying to hurry up and get out of, and I end up getting 3 more years back, taking them back from me.
Damn.
So that's why I say go to show when you trying to outdo God. Every time you trying to jump in front of him and letting him try not let him be able to to grind you, get you back in place and get your mind back where you supposed to be at. And that's what happens to you because you're trying to jump in front of his works. So what I did was next, I started realizing, because I had to realize that he wanted me there for a reason, but I kept denying it. I kept fighting in prison. I kept, my first day there, guess what I did? Caught one of the dudes that came in there that was snitched on me. Caught him coming through. We on the bus together. I'm not realizing
Black is the boogeyman. You hear me?
I'm telling you, I did not realize he got to run in his mouth. We on the bus. I'm not knowing it's him though, but I know my discovery. I know everybody is in it. I know it like the back of my own tail. So I say, we sitting at the table and we had one of the roughest roughest prison in the state of North Carolina. It was Lanesboro at the time. Man, we had scaffolds, all types. As soon as you come through the door, the police telling you better get your knife before you go in there. Damn. That's how bad it was, for real. Wow. So I get in there. We all coming off the same dude getting off the bus with me. And he just kept looking at me. I wonder why he kept looking at me. I was like, man, why does this dude keep looking at me? But I start getting that feeling because I got a good intuition. So we go to the same block. It's a processing block. At that processing block, we all in that processing block, and he got to talking to me, and we playing chess together. He said, let me play you, because I was real good in chess. Like, I beat a whole 1,500 men in chess. I beat everybody in chess. Yeah. So I was really good at it. So he wanted to test the old man, and I beat him to death, but at the same time, he started running his mouth. He was like, yeah, you the dude that killed the dude at the Kmart's. And I got that feeling again. I say, and not realizing he done put himself in a bad situation. Because now I done figured out that it was him, the one that was, see, his name was Hillary Smith and my name is Sings. Okay. So we go in the courtroom together of my arraignment. He jumps on my case and say he saw me kill the dude, but he lied. So we get him thrown out before trial started. So I said, if I ever see him on stage. So this dude come back from shooting a girl. So now I got your tail. I go in there, I go in my room, I tell my partner, they were like, what's going on? I said, I got one of them niggas. I knew I was gonna catch me one. I knew it. I knew I was gonna catch me one. He was like, what you talking about? I said, one of the dudes got on my case, man, went home free on me. So I say, when I slid in there, I went in there, I got his paperwork, because the dude, he banged. He was cripping then. So I took his paperwork and went in front of the crib. Boy, I say, who is this right here? He say, oh, that's my partner. See, he had his wristband turned over so I couldn't see his name. See, a lot of people do that when they hiding something. When they turn that wristband over, you hiding something. So I peeped that too, but when I went in there, I grabbed his paperwork and threw it on the thing. I say, who is this? They said, well, that's my man. I say, what? I ain't want to do no more talking. I ain't talking to him. I ain't got nothing to talk about. The paperwork right there. As soon as he already knew I was coming, as soon as I'm walking into his room, he was pulling his knife out of his bed. As soon as he turned around, I hit him. He hit me right in my side. We got like jumpsuits on, and so it kind of like, and I had my coat on, so it kind of saved me a little bit at the same time, but I grabbed it. Man, I hurt that boy so bad. Man, I beat him so bad, took his knife and cut him in his face from side to side, stuck his head in the toilet stool. They were trying to stop me because they were saying it's a kidnapping charge. I was like, man, I'm kicking this nigga in the air. I'm doing that, so I grabbed the punk. I tell the punk, I want you to go in here and fuck this nigga in his ass. So it got like that. I'm telling you. See, like when you in the rough, like I'm in a maximum security place. You gotta lay it down now. Right. So this is my prime. This is my man. I'm finna really put it down on him. Right. So I messed him up so bad, man. They had his boys went in there, man. They just looked at him, man. He was laying out there for a while. I went and took my clothes. I ain't had nothing. They said I ain't have a drop of blood on me. But you know what I'm saying? As soon as he do what every snitching dude nigga do, guess what he did? As soon as he got conscious, got up and seen how he was messed up, he ran to the door, hollered police again, and he told on me again. I went from there. I went to lock up for 3 years this time. Woo. So in the commits of being on. You
was in solitary confinement for 3 years straight.
3 years straight. I did 7 years in all, but 3 years straight.
Wow. 3 years with no human contact.
None whatsoever. Not smelling a woman or nothing. Do you know how that feeling is to watch some of the realest niggas that you thought was real going there and being broke down completely? Where they putting razors in their thing, or they taking berries and swallowing them just so they can go out to the free world, just so they can see a woman or smell a woman, because they got to go to the hospital because the battery actually kills your stomach where it's going to kill you. So they let the officers see them. They go in front of the police. They let them drop it in their mouth so they can see the battery, so they can actually have to go to the hospital because they want to see a woman and smell a woman because they've been back there maybe 7-10 years. You know what I'm saying? With nothing. And so, you know, as I went on, you know, we fought back there because, you know, some of the officers did us dirty back there. Like, you know, we couldn't, like, they'll leave our food, they take our plug out of the heater that we had so that the food can stay warm. And so what they'll do, they kept on plugging it, so when we get it, it's cold. So, you know, I got a couple of little banging dudes. I was like, listen, man, we can't keep going for this. We're gonna fight them today. This is the last time right here. So we all flood our rooms. So they got to come in there. But this is what they do. This is how smart they got. They, you know, we'll do everything we can, but when we flood it, what they do is they come room to room. They have maybe about 10 polices in the shield. We'll win for a little bit, but they'll break us down because they're going to each room. But when they get to my room, they beat me so bad where I started liking it because that was how much pain I had in my heart. You know what I'm saying? Because that was the only way I can get the pain off, by fighting them back. You know what I'm saying? Because they were doing us so wrong where they felt like we were scum of the earth. That's how they treated us. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people right now wishing and hoping this day came when I spoke out about how they treat us in the penitentiary. You know what I'm saying? They look at us like we done fuck their wife or something. They come in with this, like they gotta prove something. But you got people that with life sentences. Some people coming off death row. You got people that don't got no care in the world. But it's been times where, you know, they wouldn't do that when it was time to fight. And I would tell them, like, look, I can't keep fighting for y'all if you don't fight for yourself. I ain't here for a whole life sentence. So we'll stand up, we'll fight again. You know, I got beat so bad where I was bleeding, my ribs was broken. They ain't take me to the hospital or none of that. They was laughing, thinking that was gonna break me down. Nah, they ain't gonna break Big Black down. It didn't do that. It made me more madder. It made me want to get at them even more. And so we was fighting so much against the officers, man, and not realizing, man, the fight wasn't really with them. The fight was against ourselves at the time. But you know what I'm saying, they stopped us doing so much in that penitentiary where your family stopped dealing with you because when they come and visit you, this is what they do. They oppress them when they come in, like searching them, touching them in places they don't like to be touched in, doing their kids dirty. Like, you know what I'm saying, my son came in one day to visit me, right? I'm gonna give you a good scenario. My son was crying because he ain't seen me in a while. He wanted me to, you know, get that fatherly love for 1 second. And the officer saw the situation. And I tell my son, come here. There's nothing wrong with that, though. You know, you hug him. He came over to the table, slammed his hand, boom. I told him, get in. He can't be doing that. He got to sit in the chair. My son looked up at me. He was like, Dad, he gonna let this man talk to me like that? So, you know, it even made me even more mad inside. But I had to explain to my son, like, look, don't let that dictate our love. You know what I'm saying? Sit back, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take care of it. And he took that power from me. Meaning, like, you know what I'm saying? My child was like, dang, Daddy, like, you know, kids look up to their fathers to the utmost. Like,
for sure.
So when he made me look like I was his kid. So, you know, I had to explain to my son, it's other people that's out here that's gonna do things to make you feel like that. And then, you know, they mess with your family so to the point they don't want to come back to the penitentiary to see you. So that's their job to do, because they don't want to bring you out that cell. They don't want to bring you out for that visitation. They want to oppress your family, come in saying that visitation ain't no good. It's a whole lot that they do to try to make sure they keep your mind messed up before coming to prison. So when you go home, you ain't no good, because they done messed your mind up so bad that you can't even think straight. They done put you on them green mans where you can't even walk or even talk or do anything straight no more. That's the first thing you want to put. It's a psychotic pill where they give you so that, you know what I'm saying, you just walking like a zombie. So it's the penitentiary is designed, and there's no rehabilitation there, not at all. Only time you're gonna rehabilitate yourself is within here. You gotta get that book, you gotta sit and you gotta grind, you gotta keep reading, you gotta keep yourself strong, and that's what I did over the years. They tried so bad to break me. And every time I got so big, when I got with weights or anything like that, they'll take me from them and put me somewhere where ain't no weights at, because that's, I start training other dudes that's with me or whoever with me. They see us getting big. They see us training every day. They got scared. They get real scared because they see that whatever they're doing is not bothering us. So, you know what I'm saying? The penitentiary is different now, man.
Oh, boy. Y'all get the likes up, man. This is one of them ones. SKS Black is here. Y'all hit the like button right quick. I see y'all in the chat right now. Go and hit that like button. This episode brought to you by Go Say Hello app. Make sure all my brothers go ahead and download that. Black-owned app for networking purposes. You can find you everything from a painter to a plug to a girl on there. Go Say Hello on the App Store and download the app today, man. Oh, man. That first day, 14 years. That first day out.
Oh, man.
How was the first day out when you get home?
Oh, my first day out, man. Oh, my God. My family had a big party for me, It was a quiet party. I like that, though, because I ain't want too many people to know I was out, because I ain't want to be, people bombarding me, because they was waiting for me to come home. But when I got there, it really wasn't no love over the years, even though you go do time, right? A lot of people don't understand what I mean by this. They'll go, when you go to prison and you fall like a falling star and you hold your ground, but when a dude that done ratted on the whole city come home, they jumping up and down and ready to go pop bottles for them. I don't understand it though. But when you go by yourself and you do the time, they don't see no money, don't do nothing. So, you trying to figure it out like, man, why is it like this? Because they know this dude finna come home and do the same thing all over again, but he a rat. And it's kind of wrong. But when I came home, the first thing I did, I got with my boys, man. I got 4 boys, all of them named exactly after me. I got a junior, the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th.
Already?
My boys are last.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? What I've been trying to tell y'all the whole beginning is why I wouldn't change what I went through in my life. When I first came home, my boys was kicked out of school, except my baby boy. So now, since I came home, I was out there running with them, in the field with them, got them right. One of my sons played for Auburn. My other son played for Oklahoma State, but he dropped out because he got a baby. My other son plays basketball. My other son is a great YouTuber right now, SKS TV. Go check him out. But, man, I actually changed their life. What I've been trying to get everybody to understand, God put us in these positions so that we can, be great for other people. Sometimes we have to be a sacrificial lamb, man, in order for somebody else to win. I stopped the generational curse.
Amen.
When it came to my kids, because that curse came to the point where, like my daddy, his daddy wasn't there for him. But this time when I came home, I made it right. I fixed it. I fixed that curse so we can win now.
Amen. Amen, brother. Amen. So you say your son, one at Auburn, one went to Oklahoma State, and one to YouTube, and
yes,
that's amazing, bro.
Yes.
That's a father's dream right
yes.
there, dog.
Yes.
Father's dream right there, man. Whew, man, you got a heavy story, dog. I know people that have been out all their life and seem like they can't get it together. They seem like they can't rub 2 pennies together. They seem like, the world just doesn't open up to them. You get out, all your sons are successful, get to go to college, start a clothing line, seem like you're doing damn good for yourself.
Yeah.
What is the mentality when you get out of prison to come up in the real world?
It's hard. For my charges I had when I first came home, I already had the mentality. I already had took my CDL. When I didn't have a class in there, I just had the book. I already had my goals written down before coming home. So what I did was I kept on, when I first came home, I tried to get a job. And at the point of me trying to get a job, nobody would hire me because I was too violent. I was thinking I got a job. I got the job. And the next thing you know, they say you can't go back 10 years. They went back 10 years and walked me off the premises. So I started finding myself dropping my head because I'm trying, you know what I'm saying? But people kept on not wanting to give me a job because of my record. Right. I wasn't no child molester. I wasn't messing with no kids or nothing like that. I mean, my life is what it is, though, So I'm still trying to straighten it out, but nobody wouldn't give me a job. So But as I find myself working with some Mexicans, I never forget it, man. The man treated me like I was a Mexican, but I got that money though. I say, boy, I ain't gonna be broke no more. I say they was paying me 15 cents in prison, not no more.
Right.
So I was willing to, to lower my standards at that point. But everybody didn't see my whole picture. They thinking, oh, he gonna go back to the same thing. No, people gave up on me, man. You know what I'm saying? They gave up on me. Women, that I thought would never give up on me, man. They, and then when I come home, man, I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. The women kept it more real with me when I came home than the dudes, man. The niggas, they was lying just like they lied to me when I was in prison. Yeah, so.
Crazy. The women hold you down more than
They did, man. For real, I come home, they was giving me $500,000, man. I ain't see none of them, dude. They kept giving me wishful things when I came. I ain't see them. When I did see them, they knew I was mad at them. So they trying to stay away, and it was good because I'm a loner anyway, man.
You the boogeyman, man. Them boys probably scared.
Yeah, I think, I'm pretty sure they was, but my life done changed because I got my first thing, like people was trying to get me to speak out, but I wouldn't because I had to get my kids in order first. That was the first thing I needed to do was get them in order because they was out of line, And they mom did everything she could to keep them in line. You know what I'm saying? With 4 boys, different, attitudes, different ways, and it's hard, especially a single parent woman, man. And so that's when I first came home. I had to take all the burden that she had off so that I can be able to put it upon me, even though I was broke.
Ooh.
For real.
How hard is it? Because obviously before you went in, you was a king. And to get everything stripped away from you, to the point where all you got is your mind. And to get out and build your empire up again a whole nother different way. What are some of the trials and tribulations of dealing with, like I said, you said, everybody kind of forgot about you while you was in there. But I see a queen with you right here, goddamn. God bless you, queen. Advice on relationships when you go down the road.
That's why, relationships, man, they come and go when you're in prison, man. It's all about who you choose by your side. My kid's mama, she rocked with me. I had this other girl. I had her too. I had plenty of women, man. I'm just gonna keep it real, man.
I appreciate it.
I had 1, 2, 3. They call it.
You was a king. Yeah, Kings have multiple.
They call 1, 2. They be like, which one number I am today? Which one I am?
Right.
But it used to be so funny to me now that I realize, like, dang, man, how did I do that? But make a long story short, though, when you're going through a situation in the streets and you got a woman that you're trying to hold on, you gotta let her go. You gotta let her go because why? Especially if you facing time, because she gonna do nothing but hurt you on the end. But if she keep it real, I'll call keeping it real if the woman keeping your book straight. Forget if she out there doing whatever she doing with a nigga or whatever, because she got needs as well.
Right.
So my mindset was like that. But women be so to the point where they just go to the friend after you get locked up. They go to the friend and start dealing with them. It's messed up though.
That's dirty.
But it is. That's what they do.
It's just 2 billion dicks in the world. You gotta go mess with my partner.
Yes. It'll happen though. But in my situation though, man, I caught some real ones that stayed with me for maybe 3 years. After them 3 years, man, they start vanishing, because they see now I'm stuck. He ain't going nowhere.
Right.
He can't help me no more.
Right.
And I took a lot of women out of bad situations, with bad dudes that wasn't putting no money, wasn't helping them grow. And that's the type of dude I was. And I'm still like that today. Like I'll give you my last, I'll go in my pocket, here you go, dude. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Because when you a strong black man, you can just go grab the dirt out there and make something.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I keep telling these dudes. Like, can't nobody tell me, like dudes always say, I'm doing bad out in the street. How you doing bad in the street, man? Your hands ain't tied behind your back. You're not in prison. I had to come back. I'd be like, what? You know me, I'm gonna whoop you. Because if I've been dealing with you, come back in prison, and you come back in there saying the same thing, I'm whooping you because you had an opportunity to make things right. But I look at men, whatever you choose to do, even if it's doing your thing, if you're gonna do it, do it. Don't be playing with it out here, because if you in the streets and you doing your thing, you do it to the utmost. You go all the way, give it 110. You don't sit there and be playing with it and keep going back and forth to jail.
So you seen brothers get out of prison, go back into the for real world, and come right back.
Man, I done seen one come back and forth, man, 3 or 4 times in maybe the 6 months of time, man. Like coming back and they get right back out. It's like, to me, I think they police. Like, you keep getting out, dog. You keep getting busted and coming right back and seeing me and smiling. It's not funny, man. It's not funny because I'm still stuck here. So, you know, it kind of, it froze me up a lot.
Damn, man. All right, tell me about this SKS brand, man. How did this come about?
Man, I was in prison, man. And that's my name, though. You know, it's Stephen Cornell Sings. So, you know, all my boys named after that. So I called it SKS. That means Supreme Kings. I named it from all my kids because I never thought that I'd be able to live this long. So Amen. I wanted to leave a legacy behind. So when I came home, I said, I gotta build something for the future. I gotta make something for family, so we can always sit back and say we did something. I laid some type of foundation. Amen. But my next to my baby boy actually started doing T-shirts and stuff like that. And he, you know, I taught him how to box, and so when he was doing his YouTube thing, he was boxing, going to.
Speaking of which, my daughter on the live right now, my 6-year-old. Hey, Kanaya. You know them kids, man.
Yeah.
My kid love the YouTube.
Hey, I know, boy.
Hey, Kanaya, daddy love you. It's time to get off, okay? Me and grown folks talking, okay? We love you. We talking about kids, but this ain't a kids conversation, okay? Daddy love you, baby. Bye-bye. All right. All right, Nate, get off the YouTube. We about to go back into grown folk business. My baby tells me, like, I want to watch you on YouTube. Yeah. That's a beautiful thing about them kids, man. So your son started printing up T-shirts and things of that nature?
Yeah, he actually was doing real well. I got him a building. You know, I wanted to see him win because all my kids, I asked them, okay, what you want? You know, as I was going through the working process, I kept putting money into account for them as they graduated. Mm-hmm. So I bought my not my oldest boy, my next to those boy, I bought him a Charger. My next one, I bought a Challenger. I've got all of them. I set up as I went with them, but as all of them start graduating, they start feeling out what they want to do in the world. And he wanted to do T-shirts, and you know, I trained him to box, so he did the tough man thing. He won. He did pretty good though, man. He won us like what, I think $1,000 or something like that.
Already.
So you know, so I seen him doing something. So then he started going further. He kept on boxing. So like now he came up here to Atlanta and fought. They had a big fight up here. He goes to Houston. He goes to Philly. He do a lot of stuff. So now he actually, you know, he stopped doing, you know what I'm saying, the clothes because he found his love in. He been training people to box. So he got a bunch of people. If you follow him on there, y'all go look him up. SKS TV, y'all follow him. Go look him up. But he been training. He do a lot of training. He do a lot of stuff like that. But he ended up stopped doing the clothing brand. I was kind of upset with him, but you know what I'm saying? But I understand because kids going to find their own journey. Yeah. So once he found that journey, I say, nah, we can't stop this. Nah, we don't start something and don't finish it.
There it is.
So I picked up.
There it is, man.
And that's why I'm here today.
You know, like I said, you know, 14 years being away from your family and your kids, and there's a lot of us brothers that, you know, have to go down the road sometimes. How do you re-spark that relationship with your children when you get out?
Man, that's when the rehabilitation come before, like rehabilitating your mind before coming home, because you got different personalities first. So you got to figure them out by listening to them, letting them talk, figuring them out as you go, because I found myself hitting a brick wall with my next to the oldest boy because of the way he is. Like, you know, when they be with a woman, kids sometimes take on a man ways and some kids take on a lot of their daddy's ways. And so I had to realize, though, by my hardness, kind of pushing my kids away in a different direction, because I'm a little hard, man. I get like a brick, but because the world ain't gonna be easy, so I gotta be hard on them. So because I'm raising men, I'm not raising no little girls.
Facts.
So I can't shelter you or cuddle you. I'm not doing that. So I had to sit and help get my other kids to help me with each and every one of them, like, tell me what I need to do. Tell me how I need to do this, and getting with their mama. So, that's a lot of that. That's how I was able, because I spent a lot of time even when they went to school, anything they did, I always gave them support. I'm right there. Football games, I never miss one. I'm right there with them. Any practices, right at the together practice, we practicing again. Nah, dog, we not done. We on the track, we running. I'm doing everything with them because I want them to win now.
You making up for the lost time.
That's right.
Amen to that, brother. Oh, man, we can sit here all day, bro. Amazing story, brother. An amazing story. I know you're going to make it a movie one day.
Oh, yeah, you're not actually writing a book about it.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
In your movie, when you make this a movie, because this is going to happen, who is going to play you and who is going to play her?
Man, I know my son going to play me.
Okay.
I don't know who going to play her. Maybe her niece or somebody.
I mean, we could go big, too, now. You know what I'm saying? We get Ari or Jada Waiter or something. As long as they Megan Thee Stallion, you good, okay? You good with me, Queen. Hey, brother, man, I wish you the best, brother. I don't think you need no luck, because I think you got this handled. You know what I'm saying? You're a testimony of perseverance. You're a testimony of not quitting. You know what I mean? And this is the Ugly Money Podcast. We salute the process of success. That's ugly money. Everything between your first dollar and your first million, that's what Ugly Money stands for. So I know there was a time in your life where you felt like you fell down and you had to get back up. How'd you do it?
In or out?
Let's say out.
Okay, out. Man, oh boy, that's the roughest part right there, man. I was home and man, I just had to keep praying, even though I thought the prayer need to stop then, because I'm in the free world.
Amen.
So not realizing I still got to pray, dog. Like, what's going on? Like, I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna pull this together. I got kids. I'm trying to find me something sweet in the streets, but find me something that's gonna be nice to me at the time. So, and I'm broke.
Hey.
So I'm like, man, what I'm gonna do? So I went to the drawing board, all the stuff I wrote down, the goals and stuff. So I started completing them and figuring out how can I win and what can I do to be successful. I stayed on that path that I drawn out for myself for years. And as I just kept on praying, man, and kept positive people around me, man, that was actually winning. Amen. See, if you keep positivity around you, you're gonna be great. But if you keep a bunch of negative people around and ain't doing nothing, you not gonna win. You is not gonna win, because even if you do got it, say you got $1 million, you got a bunch of broke dudes around you, they gonna keep on piecing away from everything you got. And then once you broke, they ain't got nothing for you. And it always happens. No matter what.
By the company you keep, man. Before we get out of here, brother, let these folks know what you got coming up. Oh, you got something for me?
Yeah, I got something for you. That bag.
Let me see what we got, man. Hey, man, I like it when my guests bring gifts.
Gotta give them something, y'all.
Man, oh man. I'm talking about they got the SKS bag, man. They better stop playing with me, dog.
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta open this on camera. Hold on. Oh yeah, Jack. Yeah, Jack. Hey, hold on. He got big nigga sizes. Y'all brands gotta step it up. Y'all ain't got no big nigga sizes. Y'all be sending me these goddamn 1X's and shit. I can't wear that little shit. Hey, brother, thank you, man. Thank you. I'm gonna wear it proud. I've been wearing it for a minute anyway. I had that green motherfucker on, boy. Looking like money, them hoes on me so goddamn crazy. Before you get out of here, brother, let these folks know where to follow you at, what they can expect from you, and everything coming in the future.
You can follow me at SKS Black on Instagram. You can follow me at Facebook on it's Stephen Black SR, and you can follow us on Supreme Kings on IG too.
There it is.
Both of them.
Y'all can follow me at UglyMoneyNiche. That's UglyMoneyNiche on all platforms. This episode brought to you by the Go Say Hello app. Everybody that's watching right now, do me a favor. Do your partner a favor. Do OG or uncle, whatever you consider me a favor. Go download that app. Black owned. We got to start getting behind our own people, man. We are a testament to that. The Go Say Hello app. Shouts out to Go Say Hello. Remember, the bigger the dream, the bigger the risk, the bigger the payoff. This has been the Ugly Money Podcast with SKS Black.